Hello, 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 and also hello. Welcome back to day 2 of my epic stream PC building adventure thing. We're carrying on with the PC build. We were doing it yesterday. If you haven't watched yesterday's one and you're interested in the first part of this, go and watch that 3-hour extravaganza. Otherwise, it's on the channel under the live stream section for part 1. But today is part 2, where we're picking up where we left off and trying to build this darn PC. Now, I'm not expecting many people to tune in because I'm streaming at a very unusual time and most of you are asleep. But it is morning time here in the UK, and it would be ideal if we could get this done sooner rather than later, so that I have my PC this evening. That would be very helpful, because I'm teaching this evening, and it's easier to teach from my desktop than it is from my laptop. So, in the interest of time, we're going to crack on. I have about an hour and a half now, before I'm going out for lunch with a friend, so we'll see if we can get it done in an hour and a half. And if we can't, then we might have a part 3 later today. We shall see. Update. Recap of last time. Let's recap last time. So, here is the PC as it currently stands. In there we can see we have now installed the motherboard. We still have my disk drive and my solid state drives. And we've also installed the power supply. Now, none of this stuff is connected. So, none of it's wired up yet. So that's one of the jobs we need to do. We also need to install the CPU fan. Needs to go on. And we need to... I think that's it. Install the CPU. Oh, pop the GPU and the network card back in as well. So there are jobs to do with that. But the epic cliffhanger at the end of yesterday's stream... Oh, that's not the camera I wanted. Yeah. The epic cliffhanger at the end of yesterday's stream was that we had a screw. I had a screw loose. The screw... One of the motherboard screws fell off while I was trying to screw it in and fell into the back of the case and got stuck/lost, phased out of reality. The last 20 minutes to half an hour, probably, of the last stream of part 1 are me looking for that screw. And I'm delighted to report that in the 2 minutes after we ended the stream, 2 minutes after the end of the stream, I found the screw. So I found it, and it had sort of fallen down into the corner bit of the case. I'll try and show you where it was. It was... where are we? It was rotated around like this. The screw went in there. And it had fallen, and it was actually down in this corner down there, kind of tucked in, sort of under the edge of the fan. So it hadn't actually gone very far at all, which is what I thought, but that's where it was stuck. So anyway, that's retrieved and is now firmly screwed into place down there. I've tightened up all these motherboard screws, so they're all set, and the motherboard is in, so we're ready to continue. Hello, people in the chat. Good morning, Peeb. Hello, Cheshire. Hello, Armator. It is lovely to see you again, Armator. I hope all is well. I hope life is good for you at the moment. Sending good wishes. I see Nuna and Armator getting reacquainted in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Good. Lovely to have you here. As I say, not expecting a big live turnout today because it is not our normal kind of time slot. But yeah, PC needs building, so we must crack on with it. Now, what do we need to do next? So we've installed that stuff, so I think the next stage is to put on the CPU fan, I think. I think putting on the CPU fan is the next thing that we have to do, for which we will follow the instructions, what have been provided to us. So let me try and balance you somewhere sensible. Like that. We are, of course, on my phone, which some of you won't be used to. As a result, you get a lot more of my legs than you normally do in a stream. Again, I apologise for that. But what can we do? Okay. And we have got the instruction manual for the CPU cooler, which is... Oh, there you go. Instruction manual for the CPU cooler, which is a Noctua NHD15 premium cooler. And we have the instruction manual here, which is very useful. So what we have to do is we have to apply the thermal paste. for which this recommends we do one big dot in the middle and four little dots around the corners. This is the AMD instruction manual. This is the wrong instruction manual. We need to put this one away and get out the actual correct instruction manual. We already messed this up last time when I started with the AMD manual by accident. We want the manual for the actual one we're installing. Where have I put that? Give me a sec. I think it's probably in this box here. Da, 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 da. I'm so glad you're enjoying your job, Armitor. That's really exciting. Right, hang on. Here we are. This is the right one. Let's put the AMD one all the way over there so it's out of the way and we don't get confused again. Here is the Intel instruction manual, which is bigger for some reason. But anyway, still the same principle. It says 5 thermal paste dots. Now, it's interesting because that's not what I've done before. When I applied thermal paste to my graphics card, we did 1 dot and then spread it all the way out so that we had a thin layer across the entire surface of the CPU. But that's not what this is recommending. This is recommending doing 4 dots in the corners and 1 big dot in the middle. Which, I guess, if that's what they're saying to do, then maybe we should. I don't really know whether I should be spreading it out or not. Don't know whether any of you few people who are watching have any idea. I mean, it's definitely not recommending that I spread it out. It's saying put those dots on and then screw it on. So I'm kind of thinking that's probably what I should do if it's what I'm saying. Fan setup. Yeah, I'm going through a phase at the moment, Armitor, where we are streaming on YouTube. It's slightly experimental. I may end up going back to Twitch, but at the moment, we're generally finding the YouTube streams get a much larger viewership, and it's more accessible for people because Twitch is a bit more sort of hidden off in a corner of the internet. So we're trialing it for a while. I can't promise I won't go back to Twitch, but we're seeing what YouTube is like generally. I've got Crash Bandicoot. I loved Spyro growing up. I never played Crash Bandicoot growing up for Raven Star. But I loved Spyro growing up, and I now have Crash and Spyro. Like the trilogies, the remastered trilogies on PC. Crash, I'm finding really difficult. I'm finding it so tricky. So I haven't played it for a while, but I will play it some more at some point. What do you miss about Twitch, Starfield? It's always useful to know. Useful to get the feedback. Okay. Yeah, so this is saying that we need to put the dobs on, take off the center fan as well as the protector cover at the bottom side of the heatsink. So we really need to get the fan and heatsink out. So here's the big old box. Ugh. Lift out the foam. And then we have got this thing. And we've got what's labelled the second fan. I feel like we should probably use both fans because this does run very hot, this CPU. Apparently it runs at 100 degrees. Hey Ted, welcome to the stream. Hope all's well. Hope you had a good sleep. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got inside the box. We have got Twitch is better on the features front. It does have much more that you can interact with. It's better set up, I think. It is because it's been their niche for longer. Twitch has been in live streaming, I guess, longer than YouTube really have. And it does show. But then yeah, you have the accessibility of it being on YouTube. 100 degrees Celsius is what the CPU runs at, which is fascinating. Under load. But yeah, my old CPU, if it got above 94, would break. But the, it would have thermal cutoff happening. But this is designed to run at 100, and it'll increase its power until it reaches 100, and then throttle there. So it's optimized for that, which I think is really interesting. There we go. Nope. See, I'm trying to do this in such a way that I don't rip the box, because I want to be able to, you know, keep this stuff and maybe sell it again one day. Why is this so difficult? There we go, that makes it easier. If we actually open that. Here it is. Look, it's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Big old radiator thingamawatsit. Oh. Okay. It's got the fan clipped in, so it says first take off the center fan, because it's got a fan inside. So this has got to come out. So it's the little clippy things again. There we go. Oh, nearly. Yeah, I do wonder how it'll feel under the desk if it runs that hot, but apparently that is what it's meant to do. So I'm assuming it's okay. I mean, when it gets cold again, it'll help keep my house warm. There we go. That's the CPU fan unclipped now, or it feels like it's still attached somehow though. What's still attaching it? Is there another clip I've missed? No, there we go. There's the fan out. Creation Club fixes. Oh, they are quite outdated now. The Creation Club fixes. I haven't really worked on those in a very long time because I've forgotten his name, but there's another modder who does unofficial Creation Club patches these days, and I wasn't really interested in getting into a competition. So I've let them do their thing. So I haven't updated them in a long time. You might find some of them are quite outdated. So use with caution. Oh no, I think I did take down the ones that were actually broken. Or superfluous now. So the ones that are still up still work, I guess. But I'm not planning on making more of them, Revenstar. Okay, right. And there's the cover. So we've taken off that. And then put the heatsink onto the CPU and screw it to the screw threads of the mounting bars. Now that actually seems quite straightforward. Obviously we haven't put the thermal paste on yet. But can you guys see, if you have a look at that, can you see there's two screws? One there and one there. And those match up with those mounting bars we put on yesterday. So that's actually quite intuitive and straightforward. So I think now we'll do the thermal paste. Right. Oh yeah, of course. It'll take a long time to re-earn the Flower Crown Boy, wouldn't it? And if you don't have the Amazon Prime free subs, yeah, then you kind of can't. Sorry about that, Starfield. And with my Twitch streams, I did try to time the mid-roll ads. I know I didn't always remember to do it, but I did try to time the ads such that I was always away from, you know, they only came on when I was having breaks. But what can you do? Anyway, right, what are these? These are low noise adapters. I'm not quite sure what those are for. Look, we've got the thermal paste there. But look, we've got little cables saying low noise adapters. NARC7. I don't actually know what those are. And there's a little Noctua sticker to stick to the front of the case if I want. Good to know. But I'm not sure what those are for. Oh, I also have a big old Allen key thing, or a screwdriver-y thing. That's interesting that they've included that.
Well, I guess the benefit of letting them play just whenever, I can see the appeal in that because it does encourage people to sub. So I can see why streamers would do that. Because the money you actually make from the ads themselves is like, you make like... From ads, I would usually make maybe 20 cents a stream or something altogether, just from the ads. Yeah, it is a big fan. Right, so we're going to do the 5 dot thing that they say. Big dot in the middle, small dots in the corners. And we're going to put that... Now, hang on, am I applying the paste to the CPU or to the fan? I guess it doesn't matter which way around it is, right? If I put the paste directly on the CPU or I put the paste on the base of the fan, it doesn't matter because it's an interface, right? It's probably easier to put it on the CPU. Yeah, probably better to put it on the CPU. And here's the thermal paste, which is Noctua branded, so I guess I'll trust that. Do not ingest. Do not eat your thermal paste. Do not brush teeth with thermal paste. Top tip from Joseph when building PCs. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to get this thermal paste and I'm going to put the dabs on. I'm going to put one in that corner, one in that corner, one in that corner, one in that corner, and one in the middle. That's what I'm going to do. Somebody shout out if you think I'm being dumb. And I need to try and make it last. Now, this has probably got a cap on it, on the thermal paste tube. So, let's get that off. Yeah, there's the paste. A little bit starting to come out already. Right. So we're going to do one little dab in one corner. Okay, that was a much bigger dab than I meant for it to be. That's more like it. Oh, Nauri, you're here! I'm so glad. Nauri has done this before and was invaluable to me in the last stream. That one's maybe a bit small. And then one big dab in the middle. Nauri, when you put this on, did you do the 5 dot method they recommended? 1 dot in each corner and a big one in the middle. So like that? How's that looking? It says the dot in the middle should be 4 to 5 millimeters across. Looks like it's looked bigger than that, to be honest. And the dot in each corner should just be a small one, around 2 millimeters. Yeah? I think that looks okay. Oh, now that's interesting. You think I should spread the paste? Because it doesn't say to spread the paste. It says put the dots on and then put it on. But I actually have a little paddle to spread the paste with. I think, from when I did my GPU upgrade. Let me just try and find it. You think I put a bit too much? Okay. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh. Do 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 do. I've seen it. I was pretty sure it was in this drawer. These drawers are a bit chaotic at the moment.
find it.
It's a little silicone mini spatula specifically for spreading thermal paste that came with the kit that I used.
I'm sure I kept it. Maybe I didn't. Just pop you there. Ooh. Yeah, it's true. I just like it to be neat, Ted.
Can't find the paddle.
It's with the remains of my thermal paste from before. Which surely I would have put in this drawer, because this is where that sort of thing goes. But apparently not. I mean, it would have really gone in the bottom drawer. Hey, Rogue Phantom. Hope you're well. Oh, hang on. Here's the thermal paste tube. But it's just got the paste in it. No. Ah, here's the paddle. Thought I had one. There we go. Voila! Little paddle for the purpose of spreading thermal paste. So we're just going to give it a little spready spread. Just spread it around a bit. Make it a nice clean contact. If we're doing this the same as we did with the GPU, the idea is to make it as thin a layer as possible that fully covers the surface of the CPU. Because that's going to maximize the thermal conductivity. Because it's an interface between the CPU and the fan. The thicker the layer, the lower the thermal conductivity is going to be. So you want it to be thin, but it needs to properly make contact. It needs to properly connect your fan to your thing, to your CPU. Yeah, there's no way I'm replacing this every year. I'm doing this once and it's going to last 9 years. Yeah, you're right. When I tighten it, it should make a thin layer. So any excess should be squeezed out. But this is going to make a nice broad cover. There we go. Lovely. No, everything you're seeing is part of the kit. Oh, if you're asking about the missing screw, the screw that fell, yes, I found the screw we lost. We found the screw. It fell into the case, and I recovered it.
because we didn't buy any more. And I'd forgotten about the hole in the middle. The hole in the middle with the spike through takes up one of the screw holes as well. So actually, in the end, I think we only have maybe 1 or 2. I think we've got 2 screw holes we're not using. Oh no, 3. There are 3 screw holes we're not using. But we've got all the corners, which is the main thing. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to pop this little panel on the side for now. This little paddle along with the thermal paste tube. And we are going to now screw the CPU radiator thing on top. Now the question is which way round. I don't think it matters because look, that is symmetrical, is it not? I don't think it matters which way round it goes. It matters about the fan, but that is a symmetrical block. So we're going to screw that on now. Now this is a 2-hander. You think plug the cables first? I thought I could plug the cables around it. I don't actually think it's going to get in the way of any cables when it's in there anyway, so I think I'll just put it in now while the paste is fresh. Yes, it is Noctua. Yep. Because I thought if I plug the cables now, that might get in the way of putting this in. The cables will need to go round it anyway, won't they? So let's pop it in now. Let me just turn you round. Okay. Thank you, I'm glad you thought it was a good choice. I went with a recommendation off PC Gamer, which is usually my go-to for PC builds. Okay, pop the PC, right, take off the center fan, put it onto the CPU and screw it to the screw threads of the mounting bars. Perform 2 to 3 turns on each screw, and these are the screw threads, until tightened. So we need to line this up and not mess it up. That's really hard to line up. The RAM is almost in the way. Okay, I think that's on. Giving it a little wiggle, it seems to be on. Just show you. Let's turn around. I've popped it on. It feels like it's more or less lined up, and giving it a wiggle, it seems to be holding its place a little. So let's try sliding it. You say use the side with the cut corner facing the RAM. It looks symmetrical. They both have cut corners, don't they? Anyway, it fits. It's on the bottom. Well, I can lift it off again and have a look. Or maybe we'll eke round. It honestly looks identical on both sides. Yeah, if you think it's correct. I can't see a cut corner. So I'm going to screw it in like that. Oh. So I need to find a screwdriver that's the right size for it. I put all the screwdrivers away yesterday to tidy up a little bit. Let's try, I think it's looking for a flat head. I know it's a crosshead thing, but I think the flat head might actually be the most appropriate for doing it with the right amount of force. Let's go. Oh yeah, they did provide a screwdriver, that's true. Okay, that feels like it's not actually threading on anything. Oh, it is. It is, because it won't move now. Oh, yes, it will. He says. Okay, right, I'm gonna switch you around so I can do this as a two-handed job again. There we go. Right. Ah! Okay, that one's going in, so now I can do this one and alternate, that's what it says, and I agree, that's a good idea. There we go. Yes, otherwise that happens, I agree. Oh no, hang on, that's not biting. I'll loosen the other one. Ah, there we go. We in business. Right, now Tuart taking turns. I might switch to using their big screwdriver actually, because it has got a very long handle. 'Tis sensible. There we go, and the other one. Motherboards, and another one, and another one, and another one. Hey, Leg. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like him. I'm so glad he's inspired you. That's so lovely. Right. Tightening the screws. Oh. Okay, that one won't turn anymore, so that means it's tightened. Because it says, don't force it. Tighten until they stop, but do not use excessive force. So we'll tighten until it stops. Yeah, and that one stopped. Yeah. Nice and secure. Oh. So there we go, that is now in. Hopefully it hasn't messed up the thermal paste too much, me putting it on and taking it off again. But there you go, it's now on. Looks pretty good. So now we need to... Yes, I know, it's crazy, isn't it, Starfield? Nearly 5 years since Lucian came out. Right, now, please take off the centre fan. We did that, and we put it on. So now, reattach the centre fan, and optionally install the second fan. Now, I am inclined to install both fans, because surely that will make it cool better. Oh, add the second fan for further improved cooling performance, but only if it'll fit with the RAM. That makes sense. Well, hopefully it will fit. I don't see why it wouldn't. We'll give it a go anyway. Use the heat sink with the center. Yeah, guarantee best compatibility with tool RAM modules. Yeah, fine. Okay. So let's go. Pop you back there. We'll get the fan, which is this one. This is the center fan. Now that needs to clip back in. So it's got its two clips. Which way around should it face? Add the second fan to the front fin stack. Where's the bottom of the PC? The bottom of the PC is the power supply there. So the second fan, I really want to blow air out the top of the PC. That makes sense, right? Rather than blowing it into the bottom of the PC. So we'll have one fan in the middle and one fan on the top side. Does that make sense to you guys? If they'll fit. Anyway, either way, this one has to go in the middle. Now, which way is it going to blow? I want it... This looks like the front. So presumably it blows air forwards. The fins should face down. What do you mean by face? Do you think this side should face the bottom of the PC and this side should face the top? Does that make sense? That feels right. This side face the bottom, this side face the top. The sticker should be in the direction of air exhaust. Yeah, that's what I assumed. So yeah, we'll do it that way round. Fabby, thank you for the advice. Much appreciated. Ooh, let's get this tucked in there then. And clipped on. Now, how does it align? I think the corners align like that, or does it go down even further? Oops. It goes right down, so the flat top of it aligns with the top of the fan, I think. It's only so low it'll actually go before it hits the sides. Use the clips to secure it. Yep, I will. I will use the clips. Is there a specific height it's supposed to go down to? Should it be resting on the bottom? What's underneath it? Underneath it is the metal bracket itself. Should it rest on the metal bracket, do you think? How low should it go? What do we think? Or should I make sure it's actually lifted up off the metal bracket? I think resting it on is probably make sure it's flat, and it feels like it fits there. I don't know whether that's the design, but it feels like it sits in place when it's that far. Just make sure it doesn't protrude a lot. I mean, that is as low as it will go. It physically won't drop any lower than that because it's resting on the bracket. So I think that's got to be right. And clip on there. But the way it's so sturdily in place implies to me that that is where it's supposed to sit. That feels like it's by design. So there we go. Fan is in. I'll just show you guys that. Where's my... Here we are. Fan 1 is in. Cable sticking out to be attached on somewhere. So now we want fan 2, which is labelled second NF-A15 fan, which is this one. Same arrangement, but it's missing its clips because its clips are in the little packet. So I'll get them out. Let me pop you on the side again. Before I install it, what, Nari? Let's just make sure it actually fits, which it will with a bit of wiggling. So let's get those clips. You may want to insert your GPU to see if the second fan fits. Oh, let's have a look. Where does the GPU go? Because I thought we said we're putting the second fan up and out of the case, which is not where the GPU is. Yeah, no, that's the GPU slot. This second fan is just going to blow up and out of the case. So it's going to go, unless I'm really stupid, but this is what I thought we said, which is that central fan and the second fan is going to go there, because that's the top of the case. So it's going to blow the air up and out. That makes sense? Whereas the GPU, I believe, goes in
Is it this slot or this one? One of them's probably labelled. But it's one of those two slots, which is all the way over there. So let's pop the second fan in, and then we'll plug all the cables. Or no, maybe the cables should go first. Because once I've got a fan, yeah, as Nauri says, once I've got a fan in there, it might be quite hard to see the little cable bits down there. So yeah, let's plug them in first, and then pop the fan on over the top. Good thinking. So. Ooh. I suppose we can always plug the GPU in and the extension card, the Wi-Fi card, because they'll have cables as well, and we'll want to sort of do cable management to work around it and not accidentally put things in the way. So let's do that. Let's grab the TP-Link Wi-Fi extension card. Oh. Which is this little guy. That's a PCIe, which goes in there, which lines up like that. So, is that gonna, doesn't really line up with the case, does it? Hang on. Yeah, I see, okay. Yeah, so this is something I was wondering about. The new motherboard does have its own Wi-Fi, but my old motherboard didn't. So I bought this, which is a TP-Link Archer, which is one of the best reviewed Wi-Fi extension cards and Bluetooth. So, and it served me very well. So I'm thinking surely this is going to be better than the onboard Wi-Fi of the motherboard. So I thought, while I've got the PC open, I might as well install it. And then I guess I can always test both. And if one's better than the other, we can take out this one if it's not as good. But if I install it now while I've got the PC open, then that feels like a good opportunity. You mean the motherboard is unlikely to be better, Nauri? That's what I'm thinking, because this is a specialised bit. Oh, you think the MSI? You think the motherboard is better? Interesting. Yeah, this has got Wi-Fi 6. Motherboard's Wi-Fi 6, and this TP-Link Archer is Wi-Fi 6. Then again, I could leave this on one side. I could try the... Ooh, ow. I could try the PC, the motherboard's Wi-Fi, and if it's no good, I can install this. It's not too big a job to add in a Wi-Fi extension card. So I guess I'll leave this out for now. And we'll pop the motherboard in. Ooh. The motherboard's antennae in and test it myself. See how it performs. Anyway, GPU. That can go in. Yeah, well, if they're equal, then there's not a lot of point, is there? I guess part of me is reluctant to have wasted the money on the Wi-Fi card. Well, I didn't waste it because I got a year out of it, but... Oh. Right, here's the GPU, which goes round a specific way. Got to align with where the holes are. Now, I think it goes in that slot there. Let's pop the cables out of the way. Yeah, that looks hopeful. And that goes up like that until it clicks, which it's just done. There we go. GPU is in.
Let's just show you guys. There it is. Popped it in. Oh, hi, Primal Fire. Yeah, we're doing all right, thanks. We're progressing. We might end up having to have a third stream, because I have to go at 12, which is in 45 minutes, but we'll see how we get on. So I can screw that in. Let's just check it aligns with the outside plate, so it's all accessible, and it does. So let's screw that in place. We've got our case screws over here. So we're going to pop those in the slots. If we can. There we go. And that one's got to go in there. Lovely. Nice and tight. There we go. GPU in. Cables all need managing and plugging in, but that's out the way. Let's make sure it's untucked from the bottom of the GPU so that everything's got room to do its thing. Just check for things in. Yep, it's all in. So now we got to plug more cables. We're not putting in that for now. We don't need any of those because that's the old one. So the only other thing to put in, the only remaining part to include now is this second fan. So now is the sensible time to wire everything in. And this is where my brain goes, oh, how the heck does it all connect? Well, let's try and do this sensibly. And let's turn on the lamp for a bit of extra light. Okay. Oh, I have to use the manual. Gross. I think you're probably right. Ugh. I was hoping to just wing it. Let's get the manual. That's the cooler. There we go. Oh. Pop that over there because we don't need that anymore. Oh no, that's not the manual. The manual is over there. This is the manual. Yeah, it's not desperately helpful. This is more just a general manual for how to build a PC. But the cables are usually labelled. Oh, but it does say where the case LED, where those ones should go. Yeah. Cool. So, let's connect it up. Oh, you think there's a black booklet? I've just got this getting started guide. I can't see a black booklet. To be honest, there isn't one. It's just that guide I've got there that folded out. So, anyway, cables are usually labelled. So, let's see what we can figure out. Now, I've got my case wires. So those can go in. And I know where they're supposed to go, or I should be able to, because that's what the instruction manual does say. So, it says JFP1. So if we look for the thing labelled JFP1, there's system fans, JUSB, JFP1. It's in the bottom right of the motherboard. And if it's round that way, that's where there's no pin, which means it orientates that way. And we've got our cluster of cables. And we want power switch goes for the two that are next to the missing pin. Facing out. Because it's just a switch, it doesn't matter which way around it goes anyway. So let's pop those in like that. Power LED goes next to it with the positive at the corner. Power LED negative, power LED positive, easy peasy. Easy peasy squeezer lemon, in the words of the immortal Gino D'Acampo. And then we want the reset switch, which is opposite the power switch. If I can see the blimmin' thing. Yeah, that's the one. And it goes in there. Lovely. Which leaves two pins left for the hard drive LED, for which the positive is again on the corner. And that looks like it goes round that way. Although it doesn't actually label positive and negative this time. But I think that's got to be positive. There we go. That's the case cables done. Now what? We've got a case fan here. It's one case fan. So this needs to go on the one labelled. There should be one labelled case fan. System fan 1, system fan 2. Let's see where this looks like it goes. It's got 3 prongs, my case fan. Got 3 little prongs. Yeah, CPU fans for the Noctua, that makes sense. I'm just looking for, I can't actually see any with only 3 prongs. There's loads with 4. Oh, because they have one left over on the other side for some reason. System fan 1, system fan 2. Okay. So this one is going to go over there, and it can be system fan 2. There we go. Fabulous. Then the other case fan, since I'm doing case fans, is this one, for which the cable, where's the cable gone? The other case fan is this one, which I've tucked under here, but there isn't actually anywhere. Oh, it could pop up there. Actually, that's quite a good place for it to pop up, because that can go straight into system fan 1. If I can get it to go. There we go. System fan 1. Lovely jubbly. Right, that's the 2 case fans connected. And yes, both types do fit, you're absolutely right. Now, what do we got? Basically, everything needs plugging in. We've wired that up. Now, CPU fan is this one, got our CPU fan, and that's got to go into... You said it should be labelled CPU fan. What have I got around here? I've got one labelled System Fan 6. It would fit into. Let's see if I can find one explicitly labelled CPU fan. CPU power. That's not what I want. I want CPU fan. System fan 1. Oh, that was System Fan 5. I've just put the other case fan into. I can't see any fan sockets explicitly labelled CPU fan. I can see system fans that they would fit in. Oh, yes, I can. I'm lying. It's right there. CPU fan 1, CPU fan 2. Okay. Oh, no, hang on. CPU fan 1 and pump fan 1. So here's a question. If I'm putting on 2 CPU fans, where should the second CPU fan go? Obviously this one should go on there, if I can make it fit. It's a very short cable to go a long way round. Let me just show you where I'm connecting it. Second one should go to pump, should it? Okay. Okay, so, no, I don't have a cable splitter. Here's my CPU fan. And there, that one there is the socket marked CPU fan 1. So I'm making this cable loop round to there, which I think will stretch. I just need to get at the right angle. So I'm going to pop you down again because this is a two-hander. Gosh, they don't make this easy for you, do they? There we go. That's it. Yes! We're in. So there you go. CPU fan 1 now attached. Good job I put the RAM in first. There's no way I'd get it in after this. Right. CPU fan 1 is now attached. What else do we got? We got CPU power. Needs to go in there. So that needs a cable for the power supply. You say both fans should connect into one cable. If I had a splitter. Well, I don't have a splitter, so they can't. Does it not come with the kit? Noctua should have included a splitter cable. Ah! Y cable? You're absolutely right. I can unplug that again. There is. Oh. There's an adapter that's low noise adapter. Well, I've got two. I've got this, which splits into 2. Whereas I've got this, which is just 1, which is marked low noise adapter. So the Y splitter should go, and that actually makes it a lot easier. Means it's much less stretched. Let's unplug that again. Put that into the end of this one. There's one with only 4 pins and one with 3 pins. Look. Look at this. Do you see that's only got 3 pins in it? Whereas that's got 4 pins in it. Why? Why would that be the case? Doesn't matter? I feel like it should matter. What's the difference? Why has one got an extra bit of metal and one doesn't? Oh, so if it's for voltage regulation, then it just needs the one. Okay, fine. 4 pins for the main one. There you go. And then this end goes back on that one there. Now we've got a longer cable. That is easier to do. Although still not actually easy, admittedly. There we go. That is... Oh, no, nearly had it. Nearly had it. There we go. That's on, and that leaves us a nice place to attach the second fan. Done. Right. CPU power we need, which is marked. That's motherboard. Oh, motherboard power. Maybe we should do. We've got a great big thick braided cable, so that's got to come in to ATX power 1, I imagine. Just pop that up through there. And the other one. Power! Exactly. So let's bring the cable through. Now we've got this great big one, which I'm thinking goes in that socket marked ATX power 1. Because it's got the right number of holes. Unless there's any other possible one it could go in, but I'm pretty sure it's that. So that's going to go in. If I can make it fit. Check hand. Until it clicks, which it has. There we go. Very good. Unlimited power. Yes, the latches have aligned. So that is in. Now we have the second power cable marked type 4 that's part of the same braid. Does that need to go anywhere? Or is that useless? Can't find the power supply box. Where's that gone? We had all the power supply cables somewhere here. Over here. I'll have a look to see if there's any way that will plug in, but just checking what else I've got. This is a PCIe. Yeah, those are that. That's that. Okay. Don't need those just for the moment. Oh. Yeah, I would love to know where the other bit goes. So we got that cable, and we got that cable. Well, this might be a CPU cable, actually. Let me just see what's what. That's the one coming from under there. Sorry, no, the Type 4, I've got it. It is in. The Type 4 is connected. This is the CPU cable, which comes out, the one marked CPU power. Yes, very good. And that one needs to connect to the CPU. Now, what's the most sensible place for that to come out? The CPU power is all the way around the back. So that'll have to go through that hole there. And we hope the cable's long enough. Otherwise, it might have to go over the top instead. It might just be long enough. Top left corner, exactly, yeah. CPU power 1. Why has it got a second one? It's also got a CPU power 2. What's CPU power 2 for? Or is that not needed? I'm just curious, what are the situations where you need a second? Oh, for overclocking. Well, I'm not going to be doing that. So I need to try and get that cable to fit. Otherwise, it'll have to just jump over the top, which, to be honest, might help make room for the other fan. I don't love it, but I don't think the cable is quite long enough to loop it underneath. Yeah, we'll go the other way. There we go. Right, that's out, and I'll just jump it over the top. And that's got to go in CPU power 1 with the latch on the outside, like that, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Still not very easy, even from this angle. There we go. It's aligned. I just need to push it in. I might use this. Nope. Can't quite do that. Morning, Ninja! Yeah, it's going well, thank you. Hope life is good with you. We're nearly there, actually. We're on cables. Okay. That's in, I think. Oh, no, it's not in. It wasn't in at all. I thought it was, but it wasn't. I'm lying to you. Now, this actually would have been a good one to connect before I put the fan in. I stand corrected. But I will make it work. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it's been rough. Sending good wishes. That is not going in. Okay. Do you see that hole down there on the right? That's the CPU power, and this cable has to go into it. This is the latch, so that has to go on the latchy side. Which is down there. I think. But it will not go in. Oopsie daisy. Like, it'll align. It just won't quite actually click into place. Oh, maybe it has. I keep thinking maybe it has. I need a smaller hand. I need a child. Yeah, you're right, Nauri. I should have done that. I should have listened. I didn't listen, and I should have done. I thought I knew better. Oh, it is in. It's in. The things are aligned. The little clickers. Yeah, the little latch is on. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like it's in. Let's just try from the other side. Yeah, CPU power connected. Smashing. Ooh. Oh, my legs. Oh boy. Just need a quick tea break. Okay. Cold tea. Yumbles. Oh. There are 2 cables for the CPU? What's the other one then? What's the other CPU cable then? Because I've done the power, CPU power, and we established CPU power 2 is not used. We've got the CPU fan. I don't quite understand, Ted, I'm afraid. What do you mean the same one? There are 2 connectors. 2 power connectors. I don't quite understand what you're saying. Whereas Nari says we only need 1. Do we need 2? Or do we need 1? Let's see what the Intel manual says. Yeah, it is an i9. Oh, do I have a second cable for CPU power? Let's see. Yeah, I do have 2 slots for CPU. I can always just hook it up, and if it's, you know, more power than it needs, that's not a problem, is it? Even with an i9, only 1 is needed, says Nauri. I mean, I don't mind plugging it in case I do want to overclock at some point, but the second one is for extreme overclocking. $500 plus. Oh, my power supply can't supply that. No, okay. If it needs 500 watts, then there's no point. Let me just check the i9 manual, though. If there is one. Oh yeah, the cooler definitely wouldn't be able to handle it as well. It's not like this is water cooled. Let's see what the i9 thing says. Oh, there isn't a manual. Oh no, there's a little envelope. Intel Core i9. This processor is intended to be professionally installed. I'm very professional. Yeah, put it in the thing, flip it down. Yeah, no, that doesn't explain it anywhere. The 8-pin can handle 380 watts, and the i9 can have spikes over 300, so it's quite close. One cable supplies 384 watts. I mean, I wouldn't say 300 is anywhere near 384. That's a lot of overhead. I mean, I can put the cable in if there's any doubt. Doesn't make a big difference. Is this the one we're thinking of? Oh, this one, the one marked CPU. I can just pop that one in. It's not a big deal. It's slightly fiddly to insert, but I can totally do it. If it doesn't do any harm, we might as well have it there. Oh. And then if I do one day ever want to overclock it, it at least saves the job of trying to find where I put the cable. Although obviously we would need to change the CPU fan. Now again, it's a matter of getting it in, which is of course not easy with the tower in there because I was a fool and thought I knew better, and I didn't know better. Things can only get better. Can only get better. Can only get better. Oh. Come on, you little. There we go. It's in. It's in. Done. And the other end. Similarly, we'll tuck it out to one side so there's room for the fan. And that one has to go around and in over there. If I can get it to align. Oh, I cut myself. I have bled for this installation. There we go, power's in. See, scratchy hand. The traditional blood sacrifice, indeed. It's because of the sharp edge of the case. Don't overclock with that power supply. Yeah, the power supply is a Corsair 750 watt RM750X. Anyway, more cables. So now we've done those. I've got a couple of SATA cables. I've got 3 SATA cables for the solid state drives and the disk drive. So they'll need to go in. Where are my SATA ports? I can't actually see any SATA connectors, but I know it should have them. Bottom right. Bottom right if the CPU is the top left. Ah, there's one. You're right, I can see one. There can't only be one SATA, can there? must be more than one. Oh, are they in a little stack? Facing sideways, just to make it really difficult to access. Right, you're absolutely right, I can see them now. Yeah! Okay, well let's pop this one in SATA 1. Nauri screaming, facing sideways at me. Thank you, Nauri. Okay, that's one. Next one is this one, which doesn't need to be under there. No, I wasn't able to finish it last night, Reese. We lost the screw and had to spend ages looking for it. Oops. Untuck that from there. Bit of cable management, keep the cables tidy. Right. I kind of can see it. And it needs to be like that. And in there, like that. There's one. So that's two done now, and then I need my other one, this red one, which is tucked up there and can remain tucked there. And that one has got to go on top of the other one in like that. Right, SATA cable's connected. Okay. We've got 10 minutes left. Which probably isn't enough time. Ugh. I can maybe stretch it to 15, but then I need to head off. So we might have a third instalment of this later. But we've done the SATA cables. We've done the CPU power. We've done the fans. We've done the case fans. What's loose still? I've got this thing. What is this supposed to be? Is this old? What is this actually from? It's coming out the front of the case. Oh, it's USB, I think. I think this is to the front. This is my connector to the front of the case. Let's see if there's somewhere that fits in. The front panel USB. Exactly. Now, what should that connect to? I'm thinking It won't fit on either of the JUSBs. It looks like it could fit on JTB-T1 or JTPM1. And I don't know what either of those are. JTB-T1 or JPTM1. Oh no, or it could go on JUSB 3. It could fit on JUSB 3, that sounds right. JUSB 4, you say? No, it doesn't fit JUSB 4, but it does fit JUSB 3. So shall I pop it on there? I think that makes sense. And that's helpfully positioned somewhere it actually lines up as well. So actually one particular way it goes round, which I think is like that. He's not going in. It will, it's just the sort of finicky thing, I think. It won't quite, unless it's perfectly aligned. Oh, that's hopeful. Oh no, I thought it was, but it isn't. The latch faces the left side. Don't use force, it's very fragile. Yeah, well, there isn't a latch, but I can really see where the notch should align, and it is aligning. Oh, there's a pin slightly out of alignment. I think that might be it. Let's have a look. Maybe I've just bent it. Ow. But I can realign that, no problem. Probably. Maybe I've messed this up. Oh. But I hope it's fixable. Look, there it is. You see the pin's kind of moved? Maybe you can't see it from that side. Just need to make sure they point all upwards. Which is doable. I've got the tools. Try to straighten them out exactly. That's what I'm going to try and do. I swear to God, if I fail at this bit, I'll be very sad. Now I have got a little pair of pliers, which will probably be useful. Well, it's a big pair of pliers. Kind of grubby though. Maybe I won't use those. I'll just do it with my fingers. Does my case have USB 3.0? Probably not. Don't think so, it's very old. Ah, there you go, they are straightening. That might go. 4080 Ti. God, I love one of those. Yeah, be careful not to snap them exactly. It's for USB 3.0. Well, it's the only thing I've got. So, wait, is USB 3.0 the blue ones? Because if so, yes, I have got it. Or I always get confused as whether that's 2.0 or what, but yeah. Okay, that is very nearly aligned. Okay, I think we're ready to try it again. Notch should definitely align with that notch. And we don't use force, we very gently try and place it on. And it goes. Oh, nearly. Yeah. It's on. Happy days. Disaster averted. We're in. Okay. What cables did you say there were left? GPU power? Motherboard power? Motherboard power we've already done. That was ATX. Oh, there was a slot for System Fan 1 that I could have put that on. Oh, well, that's okay. We've got we do of course need power to the we've got power to SATA, to the SATA things, we've got power to the motherboard, we've got CPU power. Is there one for GPU power? Yeah, the GPU has a big cable bit that needs to go in. Let's just see what I'm missing. Oh, I've got this. This is audio. This has HD audio on it. That's connected to the case as well. So the audio needs to go on something. Would that be JAUD1? JAUD1? That looks like that'll align. Let's try and avoid tangling the cables unnecessarily. And that aligns like that. Comme ça. Lovely, that's connected now. So I think it's just the GPU power that we have to go. English only in the chat, please, because we can't moderate other languages. Yeah, every cable that's currently in the case is now connected. I have no dangling cables apart from the remaining CPU fan that we're going to put on in a second. So we just need the GPU power cable, which I'm assuming there'll be a nice shiny new one in the box. What does it look like? It's 2 4-pins. Oh no, 2 8-pin ones. You probably have 6+2 cables. Any idea what they'll be labelled? I've got... No, that's not it. That's not it. PCIe? That looks hopeful. And they've got 2 ends next to each other, so I guess those go in both things. I've got 1 3-pin hole and 1 4-pin hole in the GPU. So I'm guessing we pop one in the 3. Like... And the other one in the 4. You say not the same cable? What, so I should use 2 different cables? Nowry. Well, I've got 2 PCI cables. It's going to leave a lot of dangling, unconnected things. But if you say so, one thing we have learned is that we trust what Nowry says. So we just leave the dangling ones. Okay, so it should be 4 at the end of the power supply. Which goes in. Let's put it in at the far end. And we get this end, and we pop that in the GPU. And then we get the other cable. And we pop that one in. Plug them all the way in, yep. And then we get this end. And we plug them in. Square hole, yeah, like that. And it's got the little extra bonus one, which we'll put in as well. Okay, we should have done that one first. Oh, that one won't fit. There we go, that's in. Bonus one's in. Oh no, it's out again. Bonus one's in. No, out again. There we go. There we go. Whole lot's in. So the final thing, I believe, is now to connect to the second CPU fan, and then we're done. Does that sound right to everyone else? Because everything is powered. Everything has power. So let's just do that. And then we can screw the whole thing up. Well, probably already screwed it up. Okay, just show you where we're at. Here's what it's looking like. Bit of a mess at the moment, so we'll try and tie the cables back and things. But this is where we're going to put the last fan, if we can. For which we have a couple of clips included.
Yeah, we tested at Boots before we closed the case, for sure. So, front camera. There we go. Now, how do these clip on? They go through the little holes, don't they? We want that to be facing out that way, and I want it to clip on backwards. So that goes like that, and that goes like that. That's one clip. And then, is there a loose SATA cable? Oh yeah, this has come out of something. Where's that come out of? Well spotted. We've lost a SATA cable connection. It's come out of my SSD. Thank you for spotting that. Pop that back in. It's kind of a loose connection. Doesn't actually latch, frustratingly. But there you go, that's in. Is it M80X? Do you know? I can't remember. I think it's just standard. It's ATX. It's just a very old case. It's from 2013 or something. But to be honest, I've never actually cared about my PC case. What it looks like doesn't matter. I mean, there is the practical element of actually being able to get all the stuff in. But I've never worried, really. Yes, this is an MSI. This is an MSI Z790 Tomahawk. Not 690, 790, but otherwise you're right. You nearly get the points. Now we just need this other fan to go on, and I want the cable to be pointing the right way round so that it can actually plug in. It's going to go into the one marked pump, was what we said. So we'll tuck those out of the way. Try and slide this in without cutting my hand even more. This may not happen. Here we go. There we go, we're nearly in. Yes, yes. Very good, very good, very good. Right, let's try and get the cables out of the way. Lift it up. Try not to damage anything. Yeah, I do need to go in a second, but let's just latch this on and then I'll head off. So I will say thank you so much again for the help, everyone. Hugely appreciated. That's just got stuck in there. There you go. Right, we're nearly there. I feel like I haven't put those latches on correctly. Oh, I haven't done. I put them on the wrong side of the thing. Will it come out again? It's so hard getting it in the first place. I think I can probably do this in the case. I put the metal latches on the wrong side of the fan unit. I think. Oh no. Oh, I'm really confused now. How is that supposed to go? That goes on the outside like that. And that pulls in. Ah, yes. Loops over, and then that clicks on there. And then the same on the other side.
see it. We are nearly there. So nearly there, folks. Just need to figure out how that... Darn it. I will take it out if I have to, but I don't really want to have to. Yes! That is now in. Drop. Oh, darn it, it's come out again. Oh. Right. Okay. I'm going to do this. I need to go because I have to go and get over to lunch. So this needs to attach onto the fan and I need to screw that on, which I'm going to do. But after that, we're done. So we're going to have a couple of hours break and they'll be back for a third and final part in a few hours' time, maybe 2 or 3 hours, where we're going to attach in the last bit and power it on and see if it boots. So rejoin me then for that. But thank you very much for your help. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the company. And have a smashing couple of hours. And I'll see you a bit later on. Okay? Toodaloo, everyone. Bye.